Hello and welcome back to Football Manager once again. We have now got our game against Yeovil Town, the big challenge for my time at the club so far, because they are the only side I'm playing in the next 5 games that are in the upper echelons of the football table. So, I mean, we've got Maidenhead up next after them. They're literally a place above us, and if we were to beat Yeovil Town today, we have a game in hand over them. We can use that to get ahead of them. Admittedly, beating Yeovil Town is unlikely. We've already played Kings Lynn, drew 0-0 against them, not bad. We've got Gloucester City after that, who are in the National North, playing well, I'll admit, but they are in the league below. Following that, they've got Dover Athletic, who are in 17th. Not difficult opposition by any stretch. Could take that role. That team, I should say, down on Boxing Day. Then we've got big opposition against Solihull Moors, I'll admit, in my 6th game, 2 days after playing Dover, and they are in 5th. I don't expect to win that match 2 days after playing Dover Athletic. So, we're going to go forward into Yeovil's game today, and Maidenhead are playing, well, I wouldn't say, oh wait, no, they're not even playing anyone, I've read that completely wrong, that's Kings Lynn, are playing Torquay, but Maidenhead aren't even playing, so this is our game in hand over them, which is, worrying, because it's, Yeovil Town. That's not going to be easy. So, in our game today, we've got 3 new players. We've got Magama, Bakayoko, and Miles Roberts, making their first starts of the season. Miles Roberts, you'll probably remember from my last season, my last FM series, where I signed him for Boston and did not use him at all, really. But yeah, and Magama you'll probably recognise if you follow Brentford, as he does seem to do very well after a short period of time for Brentford. We've also got Nepunmenko playing for today in the attacking left midfield position. He was injured for the last game, which is why he didn't play, of course. Which forced obviously Jeff King onto the bench. Odi Alpha is also on the bench because Jamie Allen is now playing at right mid, attacking right mid I should say. Driscoll been forced out of the team entirely, as has Neil Dans. Dom Tier is possibly going out on loan to Kettering Town, which would be a good position for him. He's only 2-star currently, but he'll have 5-star potential. Could see him do well. So let's go forward into this match and hopefully, despite the fact that we have not played well this season, hopefully we could use some naivety from Yeovil, or some under expectation, and surprise them a bit. So in today's fixture we have Miles Roberts in goal, Tyler Magloire, Tom Bradbury, Nathan Clark and Zumana Bakayoko in defence. Paris Magoma is playing in the defensive midfield position with Jack Earing and Luke Summerfield in central midfield. Jamie Allen and Guevara Nepomuceno, I'm going to call him Guevara from now on, are the 2 wingers with Ruben Reid up front. Jeff King, Kieran Green, Scott Harrison, Odi Alpha and Jake Hyde are all on the bench. Yeovil Town in comparison have Adam Smith in goal, Daniel Ledbetter, Lee Collins, Carl Dickinson, Ryan Burke, M. Worthington, not sure what his first name would be, Lawson Dath, Jimmy Smith, Oliver Cooper, Reece Murphy and Matt Warburton, whilst on the bench Gabby Rogers, Harry Palmer, Luke Wilkinson, Reece Brown and Joe Quigley. And refereeing today's match is Lloyd Wood. And I'm going to pump fists and say that a great opportunity to prove critics wrong. Because if we do not lose this match, that is a very, very good thing for the club. We're going to keep it as the touch and tab as it is. I don't see much point in changing it. It's not going to make much difference if I did. And I think at this point in time it wouldn't be worth it. Anyway, Yeovil now with Cooper with the ball over the top, playing it to Murphy, and Roberts makes a beautiful save to push that round the post. Corner kick from Dath now, into the box, headed away very successfully by Jack Earing. I think that probably was a kick rather than a header given how far the ball went. but throw in now from Clark to Allen. Allen crosses it in to Nepomenko, but the ball is caught in the air by Smith. Throw in from Burke now. Very end-to-end football. Magloire heads it clear to Allen. Allen looking to get a ball all the way down to the opposition box. Gets a cross in, and Guevara does make it 1-0 Halifax Town. And the first goal that I have personally witnessed at my new position has been scored by probably the best player at the club, who is actually owned by the club. And Nepomenko, alright, Guevara, he's going to be called Guevara. I'm going to change his thing, I'm going to give a nickname to him and call him just Guevara, just to save time, has given us an early lead. And Robert doing very well in goal, keeping that free kick out. Corner kick again by Daff, swings it in again, headed clear by Bradbury, only as far as Worthington. Plays it in the middle looking for Burke, now to Collins, and enter the highlights. And it is a very interesting thing for me that our best players prior to me joining were wingers. Every goal has been scored by a winger except for 2. One by Ruben Reid and one by Jake Hyde. So that's impressive. Daff now with a free kick, swings it into the box but caught out of the air by Roberts. Roberts now looking to get a long ball up the field as part of the Route 1 mentality. A beautiful ball, but it doesn't reach any of our attacking players. Smith now with the exact same in return. Worthington to Cooper, back to Daff now. Daff right to the edge of the box, plays it to Leadbitter. Gets a cross into the box, and miraculously Miles Roberts saves a point-blank shot by catching it. You don't really see that very often in modern football, a goalkeeper catching a shot. So that's very nice to see. And at half-time, we lead Yeovil Town 1-0. And AFC Halifax could be on for their first win of the season. I'm going to say there's room for improvement, just so we don't get complacent in this half. And I'm probably going to leave it to about the 70th minute or so before making my first of 3 changes. I am a bit annoyed though, of course, that in this game they haven't altered the rules for substitutions yet, but they probably will do that around January time, but it won't affect this save, unfortunately. So whilst I was looking forward to being able to have 5 substitutes in my latter portions of the season, latter portions of the game I should say, I'm not going to be able to have it. So my first change is going to be Ruben Reid off for Jake Hyde. My second change will be Oddy Alpha on for Jamie Allen. And my third and final change will be Jack Earing off for Kieran Green. And Green will be playing as a Carrillo, just to try and have a bit more defensive mentality in the midfield. And with just 10 minutes left to play, I think we've probably got this match over and done with now. 5 minutes left, we still have that 1 goal lead, and we still are not letting Yeovil in at the back. And with just 1 minute stoppage time, Halifax Town have won their first game of the 2021 season. And it happened on the 12th of the 12th, 2020. And I'm going to have outstretched arms to say, well done lads, that was a good win. Because it was very impressive. To get a win against a team who are as high flying as Yeovil Town are, definitely impressive. And Bakayoko makes his debut, as well as Paris Magoma and Miles Roberts. Miles Roberts, I must say, probably the best player on the field out there, apart from maybe Guevara, the goal scorer. No question. Incredible skill, incredible capability, saved us from going any number of goals down on multiple occasions, and he did his job far better than I'd expected him to do. Now, we've got 2 games in hand over both Kings Lynn and Dagenham Redbridge. Now, both of them lost in their last game, with Sutton beating them 3-2 for Dagenham Redbridge and Kings Lynn losing 2-1 to Torquay United, which does give both us and Maidenhead a really good chance at getting ourselves out of the relegation zone, as 2 wins for myself would put us on 14 points, which would be around here, depending on how many goals we scored. Maidenhead will be on 15 points, which could put them up to 17th, again, depending on how many goals they scored. But that also relies on Altrincham, Aldershot and Dover not being able to win their games in hand. But I'm pleased regardless. Apparently, I'm linked with the Risker job. The job in one of the lower Welsh divisions, despite the fact that I just joined Halifax no less than 2 weeks ago. Or actually no, I joined on the 6th, so literally a week ago I joined Halifax Town. Okay, fair enough. And as you can see, we did it. National League Bradbury gets one over on Yeovil Town. Apparently he was a former Yeovil player in his career. Yes, played for them last season. Not bad. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. So, we're obviously going to have a break for recording wise. You won't see the Maidenhead fixture. You will see the Gloucester and Dover fixtures. You won't see the Solihull Moors fixture, depending on if we obviously get past Gloucester in the Builder Base FA Trophy. Fourth round will be drawn on the 21st. I will probably... Oh, actually, no. Might be too much of a gap for me to be able to show it for, fairness sake and all that sort of stuff. So instead, we'll probably just skip the draw, just go straight to the Dover, if obviously we win it, of course, and then go straight to the actual fourth round and the next league fixture, so on and so forth. So until next time, I bid thee adieu. Goodbye.